Hi guys, I'm back with another video. So today's video is yet again another girl talk video. Y'all have really been messing with me. I don't know where y'all came from. Y'all really came out the woodwork. I don't care. Welcome to the Queen team. Okay, this is the Queen team. I have coined the Queen team for a very long time before anybody tries that. Okay, all right. So a lot of people have been requesting me to talk about other topics, such as boys and how to deal with friends and confidence, etc. And I've already talked about those things on my channel, but you guys are just now getting hip. And that's okay. Some of you guys are new, and I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself, but I'd rather just make like a whole new video on a whole new topic rather than just telling you guys to go and revisit one of my old videos. So if you could also leave a comment when you go to make your comment below about the video about today and how you feel about it, but also just attach a topic for this girl talk series, even if it's something that I've already discussed, or even if it's about any of these nutty little YouTubers. Like they really are nutty. Some of these people really are nutty, and the fact that they even have fan bases is beyond me, but whatever. Moving on, I don't think the person that we're talking about in this video today is nutty. I'm not subscribed to her or anything. I don't follow her on Instagram or anything, but I do think she's very pretty. She's fairly decent as a person, but she's also another huge influence. So let's get right into today's video. So Kellie Sweet posted a video about the outcome of her breast augmentation, and I found it very, very, very interesting. I honestly found it to be very interesting that she got the implants in the first place because, to be honest, I think Kellie Sweet is such a pretty girl. Her style is everything, like her fashion, like she is bomb, like the way how she is, just her aura to me is just poppington, it's on and poppington. As we are saying, Philly is poppington, and her brown skin is rich and so bomb. Kellie Sweet has always been a petite girl. She used her YouTube platform as being a petite girl and, just gave girls who aren't as voluptuous or as endowed with certain assets a sense of correlation. It was almost as if she represented those girls, because a lot of times as Black girls, why are we always told that, we're supposed to be thick and we're supposed to be, have big boobs and big butt and, all of that. Like, we're always told that our body parts is supposed to be so much larger when women come in all different shapes and sizes. So Kellie Sweet was really putting on for the petite community out here. Okay, now I don't know if I'm part of the petite community. I don't think I am anymore. I used to be very thin going through like high school and middle school. I was just tall and lanky, but college is very stressful, so a girl has put on some stressful weight. I'm slim thick now, but I still feel like she definitely put on for the girls who just are really petite. She was really putting on for the skinny Johns out here. So I first came across her channel years ago, and I respected her because she never seemed like she was, the one to fall into any of the social media norms of the artificial thick girl era. Because if we're just being real, a lot of people are doing anything to get thick nowadays and want to be thick. So a lot of the thinner girls feel like there's a need to enhance themselves or even do certain practices to get thick. She just came out here. She was herself. She was just Kellie Sweet. So when I was told that Kellie Sweet got her boobs done, which I think she did, I don't think it's been a year, but I feel like it's been close to a year. I was a little bit taken aback because she said she was fine with herself and how she looked, but I'll get into that later in the second point of this video. I don't care that she got them done before anybody goes there. I really don't care. I'm honestly here for anyone doing whatever they want to do with their bodies because it's their body and their money. So if you want to plump up the lips, plump them up. If you want to snatch the waist, snatch that waist. If you want to just make yourself look like a new, very, really looking good girl, do that. If you want to be popping, just pop it. I have no issue with that. I encourage people to do what makes them feel happy all the time. I definitely do, regardless of what you guys say. But unfortunately for her, her body just didn't take to the implants. So when I saw this, I felt really bad. I saw the video earlier, and my first emotion is that I just felt really bad, because it's really unfortunate that you wanted to tweak something about yourself and it just didn't work out the way that you wanted it, because that's money, and that's time, that's your body, that's your confidence being played with. That's just you. So it's another burden to deal with, and her entire video, she just seemed down, if you ask me, but she also seemed like, oh, it's not a big deal, I'll be okay, when honestly this is a major surgery that she's going to have to undergo to correct her implants. So basically what happened to her is that her implants are causing her muscles to contract around them, and it's basically squeezing them, and it will eventually lead to, more pain and complications if she was to leave them in. So her implant was placed over the muscle, or like over the breast, which caused a condition called capsular contracture, which is hardening around the implant, and is common amongst people who get large implants in comparison to their size. So her skin did not take well to the implants. So it's like when you get a piercing and your body just rejects it and pushes it out, you know, her body is basically telling her, no, we don't want these in here. You know, we can't have these in here. And it causes them to harden. So most people get implants under the muscle and not over the muscle. So all in all, she's just going to have to get them taken out. So there was a comment that was placed on her video, and it reads, this is by someone named Jessica Johnson. It says, capsular contracture is a hardening around the implant. It's common in those that get larger implants. It can hurt very bad because the capsule that forms around the implant basically squeezes the implant, and you know, that's pretty much what happened. So I'm going to get into just, you know, 2 reasons that I made this video about how, you know, when your insecurities kind of take a wrong turn. I admire her for sharing this, because this definitely puts out into the world for these young girls to understand the risk that could, you know, the risk that you're taking when you go about these procedures. So there's 2 things I wanted to touch on, and the first one is accountability. So I'm happy that Kellie Sweet was open about her decision to get her boobs done. To be honest, there are plenty of YouTubers. Sip on this tea, y'all. Y'all got y'all teacups. Y'all got y'all teacups. Y'all got y'all soda cup. Y'all got y'all bra cup. Find something and fill it with tea, okay? That have implants and injections and all of that are, in my opinion, too much of cowards to be honest about it, especially when it's obvious that they changed themselves. So I'm not even going to spill names. You know, I ain't about to be that petty. You know, I will call you out, but I'm not going to call you out if you don't just put it out. Okay, but I'm pretty sure if you think hard enough about some of your favorite YouTubers who miraculously look bigger on the chest or the butt or their waist is just now snatched, you can come up with some examples of, you know, who I'm speaking about when I say it's YouTubers out here that don't admit to it. So I'm proud of her for taking responsibility to admit to it and owning it and saying, hey y'all, I wanted it and I got it done. You just better, bitch. But this is why I also go so hard on people who say, well, it's their life and they can do whatever they want and you're hating because you wish you were them. Because it's not true. Because for every action, there's a reaction, whether it happens quickly or it takes years to come. So some of us give commentary to be assertive, yes, but also caution people. But this generation is so young and sensitive that if I say anything against the popular opinion, or even if the popular opinion is there, but it's a harsh or mean opinion, you're a hater and you deserve to be ridiculed and bullied and called every name in the book, that just because you don't agree with what someone is doing, which is crazy. But I digress. So when I say accountability, I mean this. Kellie Sweet gave herself a physical analysis before she went and got her boobs done. She looked at her body. She knows her body. She knows what she likes and she doesn't like. So you little smickets, which is my name for, you know, little ignorant kids, you little smickets like to say, oh, well, she's grown and she can do whatever she wants. But she made the grown decision to get a boob job with implants that didn't fit her frame. And now because she was sick after her surgery and the implants just didn't take to her body, she's now going to have to pay the price for making a grown decision. And that wasn't the smartest idea. Period. Point blank. It wasn't the smartest idea to get large boobs just because you like large boobs. You have to really look at yourself and say, hey, am I going to look like this? Or am I going to look like Wendy Williams? But you know what I'm saying? Let me not even do my girl Wendy, because the reason why Wendy Williams can walk around looking like she has 2 watermelons hanging from a palm tree is because Wendy Williams is also a bigger person. Okay? She used to be bigger. Her body has the capacity to uphold that, you know, the implants, and she just kind of went a little bit overboard with sucking out the waist and the under part of her body. But you know, Wendy Williams is 5'11". She's a big woman. She could kind of uphold those implants even if they don't look that good on her. So Kellie Sweet, you know, is a petite girl who has a size A chest. That's what she had, a size A, and she went to I believe a D cup, and she knows, and we all know, that in the eyes of normality, her implants just didn't seem to fit her frame, and they were very large for a girl who is that tiny, and now she's paying the price. So I wish there was more verbal accountability on her part when she made her video, because I felt a bit of nonchalantness in her tone and just a lack of accountability. If you look up the condition that she has, it says it's common with implants that are too large, and no, I'm not a doctor, but that's what happened. Kellie is beautiful. Like, honestly, y'all, I know it's her decision, but she didn't need the boobs. But if she wanted to make that grown decision, I just felt like she could have kept it to a natural looking enhancement. An A to a D is dramatic. Ray Charles could see that and tell you that. I want grown people to be accountable for their grown actions and decisions. And I also say that because in her video, she still hinted to exploring the option of getting a second pair of implants once they take these ones out. Like, WTF? Like, the fuck? Kellie, sis, Sis, listen, sis, you're good. You're good, shorty. You good. You have a banging body. You don't need it. And honestly, this is God telling you that it's not your portion. It's not your portion. As my mama say, it's not your portion. It's unnecessary. I want her to be a bit rational and really consider long and hard before she does that, because she is only accountable for herself and her life. But as someone who is here for her and I like her, I genuinely think that she shouldn't go at it again. Which moves me to my second point: insecurity and confidence. So insecurity, via Google, my friend google.com, is defined as uncertainty and anxiety about oneself or a lack of confidence. Now, I asked some people that I know that watch her as to why she claims to have gotten the breast done. And from the research and insight that they provided for me, Kellie has said that she always has been obsessed with boobs and she always liked boobs. And when she came across the money to afford the procedure, she decided to get them done for herself. But she was secure with her chest before, is what she claims. I'm sorry, but I call bullshit. Because you just don't drastically change something that you're secure about. You may enhance it slightly, but to dramatically augment something to the point where it's a whole new thing, you weren't secure about it and you didn't like it. Period. Don't let anybody tell you that. You didn't like it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but come on, let's call a spade a spade. But I also want to say this and highlight this. So listen to what I'm about to say, you guys, okay? I think that it is normal and it's okay to have insecurities. Period. Let me hit you guys with that one more time. I think and I know that it is normal and okay for everybody to have insecurities. We all have them. I have them. We all critique ourselves every day, and we wish that we could tweak something here and there in a perfect world. So I don't fault Kellie for having one. She just needed to own it. And two, listen to this, y'all. Just because a person doesn't like one thing about themselves does not make them insecure about themselves entirely. Let me repeat it for you guys. Just because a person does not like one thing about themselves does not make themselves insecure entirely. Meaning, if I'm insecure about my nose, but I like my breasts and my eyes and my lips, that doesn't mean that I'm overall insecure. That 10% of insecurity is within everyone. You have to grant everyone a margin of error of insecurity, because we all have them and we all compare ourselves to other people, whether we want to admit it or not. Just because Taylor doesn't like her small lips doesn't mean she hates herself. So just because Kellie didn't like her breasts doesn't mean she hates the rest of her. And I wish she had just said it like that, plain and simple. Guys, I didn't like my breasts and I wanted to change it because I'm grown and I can do so. Don't play like you were 100% okay with yourself, especially your breasts, because no one is 100% okay with themselves 100% of the time. One more time for you guys. No one is 100% okay with themselves 100% of the time. And having that mindset will let you young ladies know that we all have insecurities, even Kellie Sweet. And when you can admit that, but then in the same breath admire what you do like about yourself, that is the key to confidence. Okay, DJ Khaled, new key alert. That's the key to confidence. You can be insecure about something, about yourself, but as long as you admire and promote what you do like about yourself, you're on your way to Confidence County. Period. I say that to say that you still have to uplift yourself and learn to navigate past those petty and meaningless insecurities. A lot of times what you might not like about yourself is what another person may even like about you. Some of us hate our 4C hair, but there are other women who wish they had beautiful, kinky, coily, thick hair like some of us black queens do, okay? So when it comes to Kellie and her implants, I wish she would have just been transparent enough, and maybe she was, but I didn't watch it. I didn't find where she said this, because I honestly, I can't tune into really any of these people. I still like her. I just don't watch. But for her to just be open and say, I had an insecurity and I wanted to fix it. No big deal, Kellie. It's just really unfortunate that that insecurity has now led to another issue. And I hope that she in the end decides to find the confidence to not go back and get into another set of implants. So all in all, some of you kids may think taking out an implant is just like taking one bite of a Hot Pocket and chewing out the meatball. It's not, okay? I want Kellie to be accountable for her decisions she already made and not give off this aura to her fans and subscribers that it's just going to be a walk in the park to plop some new titties back in, because it's not. And maybe she doesn't want to psych herself out to her fans, which I can respect, but she has already overshared her business to her fan base. So there are going to be people like me who worry, because I'm looking at the cards that are dealt and I'm just saying no. I'm just saying just pass. If people liked her without the boobs, then Kellie Sweet, you're a badass bitch. Okay? You bad. Because it's rare for people in this day and age to really support the natural bodies. Because, they do. But the siliconic and implant bodies are also at the forefront, especially for us women, especially for us black women. And everyone wants to be thick now. So it's clear that she doesn't need to go back and do that. Take them out, leave them out, and be that same Kellie Sweet. So that is it for my girl talk video. What are your respectful thoughts about my commentary? And I say respectful because my thing is this: you could have a difference of opinion, but don't come in here and call me a bitch if I didn't call you a bitch. Don't come on here and say that I'm a thot and I'm a whore and I should kill myself if I didn't tell you the same thing. I didn't call her out her name, okay? That's not me. That's not me to really come up here and really say some real wild things about people in that type of demeanor. If I'm going to say something, anybody that really is about their commentary is going to be able to tell you their commentary without having to really call somebody out their name. That's me. So what are your respectful thoughts? And what do you think that she should do? And don't forget to also leave a comment and a suggestion for another topic. Don't let it be cliche and simple. Give me something that I could really go off about. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, of course. If you come across my video, why aren't you following me on Instagram? Make sure that you're subscribed, you guys. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.